welcome to the most subdued Judd.
Oh.
Here he is.
Heyo,
Look at him.
hello.
He can't be bothered. Fucking hell. Oh. I'm ill. That's what we're starting the podcast with. I'm
Okay. Oh god, I feel like you're getting it by proxy.
Oh god, now Judd's coughing on the other end. I'm so ill that I'm infecting Judd through the internet. Yeah. It's a. If I sound all weird and wrong, and if there's a lot of coughing, or if there's random points where nothing's being said in this podcast, it's probably because I've muted my mic, or I'm coughing, or I don't know, something like that. Hello, podcast. Coming up in the podcast. Fighted a tournament. There's been some drama with a man who shoots people and the gay community.
Oh my god.
Cars were new and then they were old. Twitch is even worse. There we go.
Oh, great.
Those are all the things.
What a good one. Good.
Yeah, so we're starting off with my pool. It's weird being ill in the situation that I'm in because I work from home most of the time and I have to go into the office for my job. It's scheduled scheduled to go in once every 2 weeks, but it ends up being once a week, really, and sometimes more than once a week. But
those bastards making you leave your home to do your job.
Well, you know what? It is a bit ridiculous because it's just not necessary now. Like, it's if they make the amount of difference it makes when it's just straight up not necessary anymore. Sometimes it is necessary, but most of the vast majority of the time, it's just not needed to go into the office. And it makes a massive difference for how much money it costs you every day. Because, like, fuel, it's really expensive. Parking, really expensive. Food now has gone up loads. Plus, you get way less sleep, so you're even less, not even as good at working as well. But anyway, the weird thing that with working from home is being ill, because, like, back in the day when home working wasn't possible at all, if you were ill, you'd stay home from work and you'd be ill and you can't work. You know, you're ill. Yeah. But the thing is, I was laid there. I'm pointing like next to my foot while being ill, and my computer's there. I'm pointing like a meter away from where I was laid. So it's like I'm not too ill that I can't watch TV or play some video games or things like that. But at that point, when your work computer's at home with you, you're not infecting anyone in the office. Should you just, like, work? You know? I don't know. What do you think?
I think you should work, yeah.
For me, I think it's almost an excuse to just not, if that makes sense. The way I've been doing it is if something... It works well with my job because I basically handle... If someone's computer's broken, they fill in an online form and I fix it. So... basically all I've done is easy stuff to fix. I've just fixed it real quick, and hard stuff to fix, I've gone, boss, please, will you do it? Please, I'm poorly. So I've kind of handled it like that, which, to be honest, it could be worse as a worker. Like, I could have just gone, no, I'm ill, I can't work, leave me alone. But that's how I've kind of handled it. I think that's fair enough. I've had quite a bad flu. In theory, it could be COVID, but I've not had any loss of taste, at least. But you should have said to your boss, if I work on any of these people's computers, they will get a computer virus. That's how it works. Yeah, I'm an IT technician. I know. Yeah, you don't question me.
if you're ill on the computer, you can give someone a computer virus. Why do you think they call them that?
That's where they come from. It makes sense.
Stupid,
idiot,
you're gonna
fucking idiot.
Yeah, idiot, stupid. You're gonna fucking contaminate the entire workforce because you don't know how it works, you dumb.
With your computer science degree,
with your entire company that you own.
Oh, so yeah, it's a weird one working from home, but I'm really bad with flu and cold sort of things in particular because I've got an awful gag reflex. My gag reflex is so bad. When doing a COVID test or something like that, I can't do it right. I used to, you know, when you had to scrape your throat, I would be going the whole time. Like, it's awful. But
I was really good at that bit for some reason.
Yeah, weirdly, I don't know what it is. But you ever choked on a cock, Jude?
No, I'm not a bottom, so I don't.
That's a bit selfish of you, though.
Yeah.
Good response. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it means that if I've got a flu, if I ever get a tickly throat, it sets off my gag reflex. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not like gagging, but like if I quite badly have to cough, it makes me feel sick because I feel like something's touching back in my throat. So not only do I have to put up with a flu when I get it, I feel like I'm going to throw up as well. And that was awful with COVID. It was so bad I did throw up a couple times, like from tickly throat. Like that's how bad it was. So that's been a rough one there, and it's weird doing it working from home and feel that bad.
Stop cough.
And you can't sleep as well. It's so hard to sleep, and that makes it even worse. And do you know what's been bad with sleeping as well? How fucking warm it's been. Sleeps badly. It's been so warm in England, am I right? We don't have AC.
Am I right, folks?
We don't have air conditioning or anything like that. So don't do the regular hot country thing of 27 degrees. It's actually been 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Yeah. My country's 48 degrees Celsius in the winter. And I wear a hoodie. Shut up. Shut up! We should add those people. Do you remember ages ago we did a tier list of the most insufferable people? We should add those people to that tier list. Maybe we should do an update to that. That might be interesting. But yeah, so
I honestly really do think we could just put like Americans on that list, to be honest, and like put them at the top. Because
all those Americans that watch the podcast, please keep watching. Please keep listening. Please, please.
I think I don't know. Do Americans find it endearing when British shit talk them on? Do they go? Well, back in the 1800s.
Probably not with how fucking fanatic they are about the flag, and they got stupid shit like pledging, singing the national anthem at school every fucking day.
Why you got so many stars on your flag? I can't count that high. I can't count up them stars.
They stole the colours of our flag.
Yeah,
it's not like there's loads of other flags that's like that.
It's going on and shit as well. It's too much.
But what I was saying is, it's warm, very warm, and I'm struggling to sleep because of that as well. Do you know what? People don't tell you stuff like this, but sleeping in the same bed as a partner is shit. and they say, oh, you get used to it after a while, and it's actually harder to sleep without them then. I have gotten to that point at this point now, I'm going to be honest, but it's like, it's shit, because there's like, the worst sleep that I have now is sleeping in a really big bed without my partner in bed with me. Then it's sleeping in a small bed on my own, because like, small bed on my own's a similar sort of thing. Then, like, the best sleep is sleeping in the same big bed with my partner. But the best sleep that you can have is sleeping in a big bed on your own before you've gotten used to that. Like, that's better than all of those. So, like, you're just getting used to something that's bad. Is all that's happening.
And this is the exact reason why I choose not to have a girlfriend.
So right, is it? Of course. But that's even worse when it's warm, because you've got all the body heat going on.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. And I've just gotten used to just sleeping without covers now, which that felt really bad before. I hated that, but I've just had to get used to it because it's so insufferably warm. It's ridiculously warm now. I've opened my window, and if any like trucks or loud motorbikes go past, not apologizing at all. I don't even care about the audio being like polluted with car noise because it's just so warm. I was tempted to put a fan on as well, but I thought that's a bit much. How have you been handling the heat, Judd?
I've been just fine. Do you know why I've been just fucking fine?
Why?
thanks to our sponsor. No, I did shopping. I did
That would've
like
been
some
good.
summer shopping. That would have been good. I did like a sort of I'd say big. I spent like a couple £100, maybe a bit over on like summer like clothes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really have a summer wardrobe. I have black and more stuff
And
in
dark
black.
grey.
Yeah, and dark grey sometimes.
This is ironic
So-
because I can see what colour shirt Judd's wearing right now. It's great.
This is my sitting around in the house, not giving a fuck shirt.
Right.
I bought a lot of like really nice shirts, and they're in bright, pretty colours. And I'm actually wearing shorts. I never wear shorts. This is like a big deal. Like, look, they're like shorter than jeans. Look, like you have this bit out. Weird.
Judd's showing his feet for free.
I've done that before.
Yeah,
So,
shorts are good.
Yeah.
I've taken on. You know Martin from Friday Night Dinner. How he is always
Yeah, I know
taking
him,
his shirt off because he's warm. I'm like that. I've gotten
Yeah.
to that point in my life now. So I wear shorts a lot. I've only got 3 pairs of shorts, but I rotate them quite regularly. You've got an iced brown drink, an iced cola drink.
Yeah.
How's that doing for you?
Good. I think these are keeping me alive. Just
Hello,
like
James Banley, big
every
fan.
hour,
Shout out
I
to
feel
you
like
on
I have
Twitch.
to have something like this. And it doesn't
Yeah.
always have to be Coke either, but like I just need something with ice in it. And if I don't
I'm
have
doing
it, like,
the same. I've got one too.
if I don't have it on the hour, I will just die like immediately.
Yeah,
So.
do you know? I don't like fans to cool me down because it dries out my eyes like crazy. That's one that I've had a problem with. And sometimes we have a fan on at night in bed, and that's fine because your eyes are shut, so that's not as much of a problem.
I'd love for some of us fans to cool us down if I'm ever in where is it? Fucking
Shut up.
Seattle.
Twitch chat saying, if I was a girl, I'd smash. Which character would you play in Smash Brothers? I think I would be a Kirby main. I've never played the game. I think
played Donkey
I'd
Kong.
be a Morty main. I haven't played the game. I don't know who's in it.
That's
So, did you like that joke, Judd? Did you like that one? Was that a
Yeah.
good one?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, another thing I've been doing to beat the heat and beat my meat, and make sure the heat has not beat me while meat is being beat. What did I just say?
You're having a
I
stroke.
Dr. Seuss that shit. I just shove loads of water in the freezer and just I'll fill Tupperware with water and just put it in the freezer so that there's an abundance of ice. And then when I start to think, ugh, I'm getting a bit too warm here, I'll take a chunk of ice out of the freezer and I'll just like melt it on me. And I do it on like various points where a lot of blood circulates. So I'll do it on my chest, like where my heart is, like on my wrists, under my armpits, on my neck, and then like between my thighs as well. Things like that. So that's
Nice.
my solution. And do you know what? That's
Nice.
a hot tip for if you're trying to sleep in the heat. The main tip would be get air conditioning. But it just isn't here. It costs so much in our country because it just isn't here. And I don't know why. Like, honestly.
The Queen made it illegal. She was too Americanized, and now that she's dead, her son's gonna be like, yeah.
I genuinely think that a lot of people in England don't want to get air conditioning because it's like an American thing. And that's what a lot of people who could afford air conditioning have the attitude of, because it's people our parents' age, isn't it, that think that way. And people our age can't afford it. So they're the only people that could afford it to get it, and I know for a fact my stepdad hates anything that's American. He hates Halloween. He thinks that's too American. Never mind like how much it's progressed in these. Like the fact that it even exists, he hates it because he thinks it's an American thing. Oh no, the chat's girlfriend just broke up with him. Good riddance is what I say.
Look, here on the channel, I can say this for the entire channel. We've always hated women. We always think that women are.
God, I hate this. No, this is a bad, terrible joke. Want to know how to never get broken up with? Says your brother Judd. Stay single.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Great advice from a 10-year-old. No, it's not wrong advice. Moving on,
No.
Judd, so far as I know, if I've remembered correctly, you had something on this weekend. You were doing something.
Oh, God, I got something on, all right. Oh, my God.
Hard on, am I right?
Hard on. Jesus, no! I didn't.
Chubby cock. I've seen Judd's knob. It's quite chubby. It's nicely chubby. Just embarrassing him in front of his little brother. Oh my god. It is labelled 18 plus, this. His parents should be stopping him watching this shit, is all I'm saying.
I'm calling mum. I'm calling mum. I went to a tournament in Hull. And don't worry, everybody, that dislike bombed the last time I talked about a tournament.
No, don't worry, Judd. I know I said this last time. The last time Judd spoke about this on stream, it was the only podcast we had that had more dislikes than likes. That has since changed. It now has more likes than dislikes. Don't worry.
Oh, geez. Okay. Wow. But anyway, I'm still not going to go deep into it because it wasn't super eventful, to be honest with you. I actually want to talk about more about my time in Hull.
Okay.
So
how did you do in the tournament though?
Kind of ass, I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Not the very worst, but I came 27th out of 32, so pretty ass.
Right.
You know, so
you did say you weren't coming to win so much this time, though.
I know, but I never go to win. To be honest with you, it's it'd be. I try hard, and I'd love to win, but I also pretty much have it in my head I'm probably not going to win because there's there's some of the people that go have been doing this their entire life, and it's literally all they fucking think about. Is there some people who
do it professionally?
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily win money from the tournaments, but you can, make a living from it, doing it as if you're an influencer on YouTube or something, if you do battle reports and stuff.
So there's no professional tournament players, but there's people who content create around it.
Well, yeah. So they'll do it they'll do it for their job. So they'll be oh, today I was at this tournament and I took this, and they'll base the YouTube thing around that. So in a way, yeah, but it's not to win. I they still want to win the tournament. You know what I'm saying? That the money doesn't come from the tournament; it comes from other shit that they do. So yes, but no. So, but anyway, so. Hull, right, okay.
You're 24 now, aren't you, Judd?
I'm 24 years old.
How old are most people in these tournaments?
They're around that sort of age. It sort of goes to about 20s to 40s, I want to say.
So most people are mid-20s-ish.
Yeah, I've seen kids go to tournaments before. I think that probably one of the youngest playing in a tournament I saw was at the Warhammer Fest one, and they looked to be a 13-year-old playing.
Right.
So
because it's just because the only place I've gone and witnessed this, they were 50 to 60 years old was the average age.
No, you've been to two places. There were the 50 to 60-year-olds, one that you stumbled in one time, and you were this place is all right actually. It kind of just you were I like being in old men pubs, and this kind of feels like an old man pub. So
we actually saw all the people from that club in my favourite old man pub.
Yeah, and they all go to your favourite old man pub. So it's
and they're all a little bit too overly cautious about immigrants.
Yeah. So pretty cool guys,
Oh,
but anyways, so they're just that age. Anyway, anyway, so yeah, but no, the other place that we went to was more of a You have the smell of a woman on you.
Yeah.
Your flesh is tainted with the caress of the female. You know.
God. I walked into that one, and it was it was in an attic, and it was like everyone turned their head to face me, and I'm like, I was slimmer back then as well. I was reasonably fit, but I went into that attic room, and it was like. And Normal has approached, and like I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like I was still pretty nerdy and things like that. I mean, I built 2 PCs probably at that point, but like these guys were so nerdy that I looked like fucking I don't know, like fucking Chris Evans to them. It was ridiculous.
No, but you know they're all fine. They're all fine people.
So how was Hull then?
So an hour and 20 drive. About I got there on time and everything. In fact, I got there about 45 minutes early. So the tournament started at 9. I was there for like 8:15. I parked up in a place in this car park, really shitty looking car park, really sort of like tight bits to like park into, which Manchester was like that. I don't know what's up with just like places I park up at tournaments just being like really
it's because
tight
England
and
is shit for it. That's something America gets right. Their car parking spaces are way bigger than ours.
Yeah, their cars are way bigger than ours, though.
Yeah.
So I feel
they can still buy the same size cars as us. We can't we can't make parking spaces bigger though. That's the difference.
No, we can't. Yeah. Anyway, so I parked up and I went to the place where the tournament was supposed to be on. Supposed. That is a word that's in that sentence. Anyway, I'm at the place that I've been given on this like email or something to where I'm supposed to go, and there's fucking nobody there. Like I'm outside of a shut down sort of like youth center. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So anyway, I'm messaging this place, like the event organizers, like, yo, I'm in such and such a place in Hull. Am I anywhere near where I'm supposed to be? Because I'm thinking to myself, I fucked this up here. I've done something wrong. I'm like I know me. I've fucked up somehow. Let me try and fix my fuck up. So I'm there until like 9:10. So the tournament started now. And I've got no response, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But anyway, I managed to find like a number to call for them, like you know, just typing the names out of like the event organizers on the internet and shit. And I called them like 2 or 3 times until eventually someone picked up, and I'm like, yo, I'm in the tournament today. I'm supposed to be there. I've gone to this place. Am I anywhere near it? And he goes, oh, yeah, no, the club that we're having it on today have moved. They've moved locations. They've gone to a different place, but they haven't updated their location yet on Google. So I'm like, oh, well, okay, all right. Nobody's told me this. So I don't know how, like, other people didn't fucking miss out on this, but I'm like, all right. So it's like, it's not far. It's like 8 minutes away, but you know, we've said about this weather, it's fucking really hot out. I'm carrying this big, like, trunk full of Warhammer models, and I have to, and I'm like, going at a fast pace as well, because I'm late. I'm late for this tournament, and I don't want to keep whoever my opponent is waiting, or be disqualified.
I said a joke then, but realised that my mic was muted. I was saying, you even had some junk in that trunk. It was a bad joke, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even unmuted my mic.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I got there eventually at like 20 past or something, like just a bit after 20 past. But now I'm like fucking soaked in sweat. And this isn't because I'm like mega unhealthy or anything. It's just because it's like it's so hot, and I'm like, you know, I've got a walking man's pace on. I got that fast walk going. But anyway, I got to the fucking place. And my opponent wasn't even there because he'd got lost as well. So I'm like, oh great, okay. So I'm all sweaty and shit. And my opponent wasn't even there, and I rushed for no reason. But anyway,
so
he finally
are you
did show
telling
up.
me you got unlucky once?
I did. I don't even know if I'd count it as unlucky. I think it's just like a fuck up on somebody's part. Like I don't know if
Right.
it's unlucky, but I did later have terrible luck in the tournament. So
I think sounds like a bad day for you.
yeah.
It sounds like a bad good day.
Yeah, but anyway, so my first opponent, and we'll do the thing, but we'll be very quick about it. I don't even really have many pictures. So my first opponent, Jake, you're gonna guess who won? It was me versus Black Templars. What do you think about
Versus
that?
what?
Black Templars.
Oh, right. Okay. I didn't think we
Yeah.
could do that. I'm gonna say you definitely lost to them because
you want a little bit of knowledge about the Black Templars, or you're just gonna
don't need to know. They sound like a proud group of Templars that don't need no man. What am I even saying?
Jesus, wow. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I lost. I lost against Black Templars, so good call. I actually really didn't think I'd lose against these guys because my army's usually a direct counter to sort of Space Marine armies, especially melee Space Marine armies, which is entirely what the Black Templars are about. Mainly just because I have like very good shooting weapons geared towards killing Space Marines. But his positioning was just really good. He like obviously knew what he was doing, and like he had his stuff hidden well. And like we killed the absolute shit out of each other in that game. Like we barely had any models left by the end. But he'd won because he just managed to like be on points more, like, you know, objectives. So I lost that one. Then my next opponent was Jake, the World Eaters.
World Eaters. What have they got? Galactus in this freaking game now?
No taste. Anyway, so there's two sort of ways you can run World Eaters, and one way is to be sort of like hordes of Space Marines, like all full melee Space Marines, big like hordes of them, or the other way is big scary demons, like big scary monsters.
Look pretty cool. They look kind of like Hellboy.
So what are you thinking? We got the World Eaters, and they're taking the big scary demon thingy. They're doing big scary demons.
What are your guys? What are your guys?
The Emperor's Children.
So they're not worlds.
They aren't worlds. They are in fact planets.
How the World Eaters gonna eat them then?
Yeah, that's my guy, so I just sent you real quick. Exactly, and that's why he lost. So...
I love how I get this right so much through the worst logic.
My army literally is like a direct counter to World Eaters. It's very, very hard for World Eaters to beat my army. Again, I'm very good at killing melee Space Marine armies, and World Eaters are a melee Space Marine army. It just happens that this guy took big scary demons.
I'm finding this. What I'm finding hilarious about this is Judd's telling us about his passion and all these like battles he's had with these cool demons and stuff like that. Meanwhile, chat's talking about how they broke up with a girlfriend and now they're gonna shag old men. The saggier the balls, the better. And I'm like, I got big saggy balls.
Listen, Doll, if you want to go,
no. It's not. It's
somebody
else.
Okay. Well, fine, good.
Oh no! Look, we are interested in what you're saying, Judd. It's just there is important matters to do with old saggy balls going on.
Saggy, we're talking.
Keep going. We got shit to get through here.
Anyway, yeah, I won that one. Okay, so the third one of the night. I don't even think I took any pictures of this one. I didn't. Yeah, okay. You'd like these guys, the Mechanicus.
The Mechanicus sounds good. Do you know what that sounds like? That sounds like on Futurama when they have like a robot version of something that exists in real life. So like like Robot Hanukkah or something like that. It's like called Robonica or something like that. It sounds like sounds like that.
These guys absolutely celebrate Robonica. I don't have anything of his models, but I've got some pictures of some Mechanicus models just to give you an idea.
You can bring up chat while you're Judd.
Yeah. So they're very steampunky. They like shooting a lot. They're very good
Yeah.
at shooting, actually. There's usually more of these guys. They're a bit more of a horde army. Not really like a horde army, but they've got more models on the table than I do.
They look like desert nomad robot people to me.
Yeah, they come
cool.
from Mars. They come from Mars, so that's why they've got the whole desert shtick going on. So, yeah, what do you think? How did I do against the Mechanicus? Or should I say the Mechanics-sus? Am I right? Amogus?
I think that they remind me of Horizon Forbidden West, and that's a good game, so they're good characters. They will win.
You got it in one, because they did win.
You have to bear in mind, I know that you didn't do that great, so I'm pretty sure you probably only won one game this entire fucking time.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I lost against them.
Definitely only won two.
I'd love to tell you how I lost this one, but I actually really don't know, because, like, I had a fucking phenomenal, like, opening turn where I basically, like, slapped his fucking balls, like I gave him a fucking nasty...
His old man balls, his saggy old man balls.
I slapped him right in his saggy old man ball. He actually wasn't that old, he was probably like 20-something. You know, I fucking took a real chunk out of his army, and I was like, well, now I can just, like, fuck about and do whatever I want. And I swear, like, his little guys, his little boys, his little foot soldiers, they just reamed my arsehole. I'm like, I've got rid of all the big things. Surely
just
these
like the old men that we were talking about.
Yeah, just like the old men. I'm like, I've got all of his big stuff, like all of his big tanks and stuff. Surely these little goobers aren't going to do anything. And they kick my fucking ass. They beat my head in. So I don't know what to tell you with that one. I just got fucked. Anyway, there you go. That's the first day of the tournament.
That's the first day?
Yeah, that's the first day done.
Good lord. Okay, we'll get to day 2 in a minute then, because I'm
not done, because that was the first day of the tournament. That is not the end of my first day in Hull.
Okay.
Because I went back to my car park, to the car park
his car's been stolen.
I was staying in. No. However, it had been held hostage by the car park. You see, the car park shut at 7. I did know this, and I did make it back in time for 7, but, like, literally at 7 o'clock.
Right.
So as I got to the car park, the gates to the car park started coming down. So I'm like, no. Fucking hell! I'm like, well, I can't get my car out, but I'm here now as they're being lowered. I'll just wait for the guy who's doing it, and I'll just ask if he can quickly, like, lift him up while I get my car out. So I'm stood by the gates and I'm waiting. And 20 minutes go by, and I'm like, there's no guy, there's not a guy.
It's automated, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, this fucking thing's automated. So anyway, I'm like, fuck. Okay, there's no fucking way I'm getting a taxi back from Hull and then, like, sorting a way to get back to Hull tomorrow.
It's a decently long way, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm like, I have to get a hotel in Hull and, like, stay over.
Oh no!
I'm like, fine, I'll do it. It didn't take me long to set up. The room cost more than it cost on the website, which I was a bit pissed off about. It said like 36 on the website, and they decided, no, we're going to charge you 70.
So I'm
like,
yeah, I'd have said no. I'll sleep outside.
Well, I paid it. So, anyway, I went to my car because I'd remembered that I had a little bit of herbal remedy left over. If you catch my drift, if you know what I'm
talking
saying.
About CBD oil from Holland and Barrett.
Yes, and I was going to rub it into my eyeball. And anyway, I'm in my car. I've finished having my herbal remedy. I finished rubbing it directly into my eyeballs. And as I'm, like, there chilling out, I see something on the fucking front of my car, and I'm thinking, what is that stuck to the front of my car? That yellow fucking thing. What is that? So anyway, I get in my car and have a look. And it's a fucking £25 fine, parking fine. And it says on it, and it says, "You did not properly display your ticket, so now you have been fined." And then I looked over to the dashboard to look at the properly displayed ticket. And I'm like, what in what world? So I went after, by the way, the herbal remedy's doing its job. So this is what, so I'm like, God damn it. So I'm like typing it in on the phone. I'll try. I can't remember exactly what I should have took a fucking screenshot or something. I should have. But I sent them because you had to do like an appeal online. And I took a picture of it on the dashboard, and I essentially put, "There is no way I'm paying this fine. The ticket is there. Here's the proof. Anyone could see on the camera that not even 12 hours ago, I paid for 24-hour parking. You have not." I essentially worded it as, "You have not got a fucking chance." I was like, I was telling them off. I was like, "No." So,
yeah.
So, but I had evidence. I sent them pictures of the ticket and everything, but I've not heard back from that. So I don't know what's going on with that yet. But I won't pay them. So
Judd might have a warrant out for his arrest for not paying parking fine.
I'll say. Listen, if the parking. I'll say.
I'll say.
You better get big. I'll get me a lawyer, son. Anyway.
Fucking hell.
Anyway,
yeah, they can be ridiculous with that, but normally,
you
can get stuff appealed. I mean, fucking, I don't know. I'd love to see this picture. By the way, this is a picture I actually want to see if your parking was displayed correctly or not. God, that's the only adult thing isn't it?
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, we're not done with the fucking first night in Hull because because as I got back in the car to like type all this out. Also, I needed to sit down because of the herbal remedy. So I sat there like finishing like typing it out, and as I'm like finishing typing it out, I see two men who I don't want to speak ill of anybody, but you might describe them as vagabonds. And one of them seemed to be having some
vagabonds.
One of them might have been having some sort of drug-induced conniption, like he was freaking out. So like they didn't even notice me in the car, and like I'm parked up the sort of front bit of the car park, and they walk down into like the bowels somewhere. I don't know where they. Never mind. So they like went further down into it. So I didn't really think much of it because to get out of the car park, I was going like the opposite way that they were going. So I didn't really think about it. So I finished sending that appeal through. I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to... I didn't want to go straight to my hotel. I wanted to do Hull a bit. I was like, I'm here for the night. I might as well, like, make something of it. So I was like, I'm going to fucking hit the town. You know, I'm feeling groovy from my herbal remedy. I think
on your own, smelling like a druggie.
Yeah, what do you mean smelling like a druggie?
You just fucking hotboxed your car.
No, I didn't hotbox. I'd never hotboxed my car because I don't want my car to smell of weed. I'd smoke it outside and then I'd like douse myself down with like deodorant and aftershave and shit.
Which never works, by the way.
It works. It
never works.
It works.
I can attest for the reason that doesn't work because I went to a classic car show with our father the other day.
Okay.
And he told me about a time that you went to go shoot him with him, and you'd done the same thing and absolutely reeked of herbal remedy. So...
Yeah, but you see, I hadn't put any deodorant or aftershave on, so
oh my god, you fucking degenerate.
Anyway, so I'm there, and I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hit the town. I'm gonna do it stag. And I went to go to the automatic door to get out of the car park.
Oh, fuck.
Jake, it was locked.
Why?
I don't know. It wasn't
so it was
locked
open on the way in?
Yeah. And it was like, and I wasn't like I went straight in at 7 o'clock either. Remember, I waited around for like 20 minutes for a guy.
Yeah, you booked a hotel, you like...
Yeah. So I went in fine. So I'm like, oh, well, I can get out fine then. No, I fucking couldn't. So I walked back up to the car and I'm like, I have to descend into the bowels where those two reprobates just went. And I'm like, because, you know, I just had the herbal remedy. So, like, in my brain now, I'm now in Outlast. I am in Outlast, and I'm like, I'm going to like be stabbed with a hypodermic needle, and when I
At this
descend
point,
into those
you
cells-
half deserve it as well.
So anyway, so I'm essentially sneaking around this car park like Scooby-Doo tiptoeing, like looking for any fucking Gribblies. And after like a little, yeah, I like find a stairwell, which isn't the stairwell I went down before, and I'm like walking down this stairwell, but as I am, I'm like very cautiously like leaning over the railing to like see if anybody's like there with a knife. So I'm like. But I got to the bottom, and luckily there were no vagabonds nor knives, but there was a slightly ajar fire exit door. So thank fuck I managed to get out. So,
that's like a video game, that is like a quest. Oh my god.
But so then I hit the town, and I gotta tell you, I don't know where people go to enjoy themselves in Hull.
Like not close to there. It's probably it's probably a different place.
I don't know, because like I was pretty much in like the dead city centre of Hull, and I found like some nice old men pubs, but I was like, I didn't want to do an old nice man pub. I wanted to hit the town.
Yeah.
But I felt I was like I kept swinging to try and hit the town, but I kept missing. I'm like, where is it? Where the fuck's it gone? So anyway, I ended up in like an old man pub for like 2 hours, and then I was like, fuck this.
Do you know what I would have done? I'd have bought like a small case of beer. I'd have brought it back to the hotel room that I'd booked, and I'd have just sat there watching Netflix or something. Actually, not Netflix, because they've put out that fucking new thing where you can't share your password. So I'd be sat there watching Disney Plus. Disney Plus, much better value than Netflix. Fuck Netflix. Everyone buy Disney Plus instead. There you go.
You can watch
and also, fuck Amazon Prime. They increased the price of that one too.
But yeah, I did just go back to the hotel and like watch Family Guy. So
yeah, that's what I would have watched. Family. What the fuck are you doing? That was the problem.
It was all Family Guy. It was fine. It was palatable.
Okay, it was palatable. Palatable
Yeah.
guy. A palatable guy. That's my favorite comedy show. Oh, well, fair enough. So, Hull, not so great then.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, you go on to what you had to say, and I'll
it's fine. I'm going to skip it
day.
because otherwise the podcast's going to be a million years long. But I will tell you the stuff that we are skipping. It's slightly old news anyway. I was going to talk about big streamer Nick Merckx, who's had some drama with the LGBTQ plus all of the other letters community. Basically, so far as I can tell, is somehow slightly hardcore Christians and Muslims decided to not hate each other in America for once, and they both came together to hate gay people instead, and decided they don't want any stuff to do with homosexual relationships taught in schools, and then they got attacked physically for protesting that. And this big streamer, Nick Merckx, said, just leave little kids out of it. Didn't say which side of the argument he was on. Didn't. For all anyone knows, he could have just been saying, leave them out of the violence and the protests and everything. But then everyone's like attacked him, saying, "Oh, he's homophobic. It's homophobic, Darren!" It's like I'm claustrophobic, Darren, that meme. Anyway, you actually quite liked that one, didn't you? Have you had some herbal remedy, Jode? Is this why this was funny?
I haven't. No, it just made me giggle. It just made me giggle as well.
So yeah, they did that. And he explained himself saying, I weren't really hating on anyone. I just like want kids to be safe. And then some people believed him, a lot of people didn't. And then Call of Duty had a bundle with him in their latest game. He was like one of the characters you could play as, and they took it down as a result of this. Tim the Tatman, another big streamer, asked for his bundle to be taken down in solidarity for Nick Merckx. I was going to kind of get like opinions. They took it down. They go, no.
Yeah, that would have been really funny.
So I don't know. I was gonna like do a bit of debating about what we think about the whole topic. I think. Listen,
I think
right.
we would. I don't think it would have been much of a debate. I think both of us would have had very close opinion.
I think we would have had similar opinions, but I think I would have like presented what other people were saying to you and what you think about that. Yeah. Basically, long story short, my thoughts are that schools it's for academia, for learning like academic knowledge.
Academia.
Like that's kind of what it's for. I think it's even on the boundary as to whether sports should be done in school. Is sports academic? I don't know. I think maybe sports should be reserved to extracurricular activities, but I think it should be for academic studies. I don't know. That's kind of what it should be. I just think less schools should exist, really. I think schools are bad in general. I think that they should be completely overformed. But other than that, it's none of my business. It don't affect me much at all.
Yeah.
So
we're not American or Twitter users, so we don't live us fucking entire lives around like social discourse and shit.
So make sure to follow us on Twitter at TweetsBadly.
Do follow us on Twitter though.
Wii Sports Boxing Champion chat says that they stand with Nick Merckx. I don't care, is my answer. I don't really care. Do you know what's difficult nowadays, though, is being, like, on the fence or, like, not taking a side in stuff like this. People hate on you for that nowadays. So it's come on. This is fun. I literally just said I'd never use Twitter, but I saw a fucking tweet, and it was it was like a fucking shit leftist meme where it's like, the mum masking a character on Scooby-Doo, and it's like, the mask is like, oh, I'm a centrist, and then he takes the mask off, and it's like, oh, actually on the right, and it's like, shut up, you fucking cock. You know what you are? I don't care if you're left or right. You're a cock, and I actually hope that you get bullied in your life. You deserve to be bullied. That bullying is for these people. Be on the left. We do need a little bit. We need tactical bullying. Bullying can be good, very sparingly in the right places.
Be on the left. Be on the right. Just don't be a fucking cock. This is one thing that I've never got as well. It's like, first of all, how angry people get over people's political stances, and secondly, how much people want to fucking talk about their political stances. Like, it's all bullshit. They all just want to fucking control you and, like, fucking run your lives and, like, have a bunch of money on either political side.
Yeah.
They're all shit. And you're all shit for fucking getting caught up in it.
And this is why this channel's badly. Because everything's badly.
Everything is badly.
Do you want to know why the back of it is badly? By the way, why we say badly behind everything? Because a lot of the time, grammatically, it doesn't make sense. Like you'd say, like podcast badly. You might say podcast bad or bad podcast or something like that. That part of the in joke is that the grammar's also badly. The grammar's also bad. Like, all of it's bad. Like, that's the whole part of the point. But, yeah. The other thing was I went to a classic car show with our dad. That was quite fun. His car is just insane. He's got a crazy Porsche. How much have you been in our dad's car at this point?
I've been in a few. I'd go, like, pretty much every week or every other week to shooting with him.
It's gotten to the point where that's what people know him for. Like, when he bumps into people he knows, he's like, oh, you're the one with the Porsche. And he's like, yeah. And he loves it. He loves that attention.
Does he?
Yeah.
Because, all right.
Not much happened at the classic car show. It was just really, really warm. And, it was kind of interesting to look at all these cars. And it was funny because, like, our dad would be like, oh, yeah, I remember I had one of them, or my mate had one of them. And I'd be like, fucking hell, that should be in a museum. But it's also weird because there's cars there that I remember coming out now. There's some cars that just qualify as classic, but I remember them coming out. I remember seeing the review of that car being new on Top Gear. So it's like, it's weird to see classic cars that I remember coming out now, but quite fun. I remember doing it like years and years ago with Dad once. You're not that into cars, so I don't think you wanted to come when we did it before. So
Yeah,
it's not
really. I mean, I don't know because it sounds like the type of cars that I actually would want to look at. Because I'm not bothered about sports, like sporty cars. I don't care about Lamborghinis or Ferraris or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I love cars like Aston Martins. You know,
Yeah.
like smart cars, like classy old men cars.
Yeah, you'd like some of the Jaguars there, I think.
Yeah,
But
I love
I'm
Jags
kind of
and
like
shit like that. So
now. I used to be really into cars in like the prime of Top Gear, but I got so disheartened with them once I was learning to drive and saw all the like shitty rules with insurance and learning to drive and all of these things. That made me come to hate cars, but I'm still kind of interested in them from when I did like them. And it was interesting to hear Dad talk about, when he was younger, and it's almost like going to a museum. I love museums and seeing old stuff and things like that. That's very interesting. So I don't know, it was kind of fun. Yeah, that's it. What else happened on your Warhammer thing?
Oh, geez, let me tell you. So, fourth game, nothing interesting happened in the morning. I don't think when I woke up. Nope, nothing interesting happened.
No hangover.
Nope, no hangover. I didn't get super drunk because I wasn't like, I probably would have got more drunk if I would have found, some happening joint. But I didn't. I just went back and smoked some happening joint anyway. Did you like that one, didn't you?
Yeah,
I thought that was good.
That was good.
Anyway, so the next day, dawn of the second day, Jake, my fourth opponent was World Eaters again. It was World Eaters again.
Well, they can't beat you because they are not a world, so we know how that works.
Yeah. Well, you're wrong, because this is actually the worst I have ever lost for a while.
Oh,
it was. I genuinely wanted to like.
Do you know where you messed
quit.
that one up, Judd? In the morning, when you were getting a shower ready to go there, you were singing along to that famous Disney song, "Part of Your World," and your wish came true. So you did become part of a world, and then they ate you.
I came into the club going, "I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world." And then like the guy I was playing against, like he like turned his head like an owl, like 180 degrees, and looked straight at me, and like
you go on Spotify and put a playlist on while to play while you're walking towards the competition, and it's just like 3 hours worth of songs about worlds.
Worlds.
We are the world.
This guy's just like foaming at the mouth. No, I lost. I genuinely, like halfway through this game, I said to him, "Do you want me to like concede and you can just have it?" Because if your opponent concedes in tournaments, you score the full 100 points. Like because it's. You can't have your opponent drop out and then sort of be denied the chance of scoring more points to get a higher place on the roster. So if your opponent drops out, you just get the full 100, like you max out. But he didn't want to. He was like, no, keep going because we got to see for points and stuff. And I was like, whatever, dude, because it just
sounds like they were enjoying stomping you to me.
Yeah. That's what it felt like as well, because it was like it wasn't. He was fine, he's like a good player. I'm not saying he didn't know what he was doing, but just my luck was so fucking terrible. Like when it's like I literally can't even play the game because my luck's so bad right now.
Yeah.
So it got to like an hour in, like not even like an hour and 20 minutes. Nearly all my stuff's dead. There's no way I can do anything meaningful. And it's like, have it. Just have the 100 points and I'll go like get food. And he was like, no, keep playing. So I'm like, all right, fucking whatever. So I'd spend my turns moving my models towards this big scary stuff and going, "I'm vetoing my shooting, your turn." Like, cause I was like, I'm not fucking sitting around and doing this. Like, I know he sucked. I know he came from York, and I know it sucked for him to like come through and not like have a full game, but you're having 5 games here. There's 4 other games to have. I'm just one of them. And I'm not having a good time. I've come from fucking Barnsley. I drove down as well. And I've had to fucking stay over as well. I don't want to have to sit there and just not even play the game is the thing. Because it's like losing's one thing. Every other game that I'd played so far in this tournament, I'd loved. Even the ones I'd lost, because they were close and like we were having games. But this is like I'm not even doing anything. So, but some people are just like, no, keep it going. But I literally ended up just fucking feeding my models to his big scary stuff. I'm like, fucking eat them if you're so hungry, eat them. So anyway, I was like grabbing the models and shoving them down his mouth, going, eat them. So anyway, yeah, I fucking that was just a shit show. So I went and I got food, and I came back like 2 hours later, and I had my last game of the tournament, which I should have said this at the start of this whole thing, but there was one army I really, really wanted to play against for like lore reasons, like fucking in universe reasons, or of like, oh, it'd be so cool if I went up against them, and. I did end up against them. I went up against the Eldar, Jake. The Eldar, or the Eldari. Ooh.
Okay.
They're like elves, but in space. Space elves, if you will. They're tricky, and they've got like magic and shit, and they've got a lot of like not necessarily really good shooting, but it's like run and shoot, and like like be nimble and shoot and stuff, and like some good like fast nimble melee as well. So what do you think? Did I beat them, Jake? Did I beat them? Did I win?
Well, they're elder. They're elderly. They're old, right?
They are old. They are very, very old. Yeah.
See, normally it's easy to beat up old people. I do it quite regularly, so I would know.
It is fun. It is fun, yeah.
But I understand the universe this is in. The same with this universe and, like, like Demon Souls and, like, the Souls universes and things like that.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The older you are, the more stupidly overpowered you are, so I'm going to say you lost.
Okay, well, I didn't. I won. And it was
should have gone with the original beating up old people joke. I knew I should have gone with that
one. This was quite a stomping, actually. Like on my side, it was close in the first like turns or two. It was like, actually, I don't really know which way this is going to go. But then by turn 3, quite a lot happened that I wanted to happen, and like there was no sort of recoverable. You couldn't have recovered it. Basically, I'd killed everything of his bar one model by turn 4, and I still had another turn to like get full primary objectives and shit. So there was no way I was losing. However, I didn't want to. He literally had a single model left.
However, he was getting stomped so bad. He said to me, "I could just give you this one, and I'll go get some food or something." And I said, "No, I'm going to keep going."
No, you will suffer as I have suffered. No. So if he would have said that at any point, I genuinely would have gone, I get it, man. Yeah, that's fine. I would have taken the fucking 100 points and ran because I needed them. But anyway, he didn't. He wanted to keep going, and he had, by like the final turn, a single model left with 1 point of health. I'd already like damaged him before, so he's literally one guy on his own. Half of his guts are spilling out. He's like on death's door. So if I wanted to completely like wipe him off the table and like score like a shit ton of points, all I had to do was like fire my entire army into this one dude that was on his own. But I was like, no, because I've had too much fun here. The guy I've been playing against has actually been pretty cool. I'm not going to do that. So instead, I was like, I'm going to send my fucking main guy, my character who sort of leads the army. And I'm like, I'm going to go get him to fucking challenge. You can like do challenges and have them fight and shit. I was like, I'm going to do that. It's the only honorable way to do it. So I'm like, my guy's going to go in there and fucking attack first. So he only needs to do 1 point of damage. He'll fucking walk through him. And out of 8 attacks that got to reroll all of their hits and wounds, I know that doesn't matter anything to you, but none of them fucking worked. Not a damn one went through. And this guy with half of his body like ripped off him turned around and stabbed my guy to death, and I'm like, oh god damn it.
It's like that scene on Indiana Jones with the guy who swings his sword around, does all these backflips and stuff, and Indiana Jones just shoots him.
He just shoots him. So then that because this is turn 5 and the last turn is turn 5, but we both get a turn 5. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I go, my go, your go, and then the game ends. So in my go, my guy had come sauntering up to this guy who's nearly fucking dead, been stabbed to death himself, he's on the floor in a fucking crumpled heap. Then on his turn, this guy who's still super fucked up sees another one of my leader characters and goes, you now. And he charges in and kills this guy as well. And I'm like, oh my god. So this one guy just ran across this fucking battlefield going, cutting fucking champions down. It was awesome. I still won. Like I said, there was literally no way he could have won. But
after something like that, it's hard to not see that model as one of your favorites. When you're packing away, it's and this guy's special. Give him a kiss.
Yeah. I know that's how you feel. It's but that's why I go to these tournaments. This is why I do this, is for moments like that. Because like I said, I know the people that fucking cream themselves over this game. I mean, I do a little bit of creaming, but it's all they do.
Bit of cream.
I love a bit of creaming. But the main reason I go is to have fun, and also just to see other people's work, because I do view it as a form of art. It's like art.
It could be interesting to go along with you to one of these things, but stay over there and go out similar to how you did on the nights out after. But then watch you play the games while we're there. If there's good enough internet and everything, we could even stream not people's faces and stuff, as long as they're all right with it and stuff like that. But I don't know. It could be fun. I prefer to go to Warhammer World, but
yeah.
So was there any more?
That was it. That was my last game. It was only a 5-game tournament. This I came 20. As I said, I came 27th out of 32. So I wasn't incredible or anything.
And who won? What type won?
Who won? I can probably fucking tell you right now. Oh my god! Maybe
was it Mr. Warhammer?
It was James Workshop himself. He fucking came in and he won. He won the whole thing. Best Coast pairing isn't loading. That's the app I use to see pairings and stuff. Talk about something else, I might be able to tell.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The last thing that I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
We talked about Twitch previously. I don't know what point we've got until we're talking about it, so bear in mind telling the whole saga. Ages ago, Twitch changed their subscriber split to 50-50 from 70-30. I don't know that for certain, but I'm pretty sure they did. We get 50-50 on subscriber splits. That's terrible. That's really bad for split.
Yeah.
Imagine you go up to someone, someone's playing music in the street, right?
Yeah.
And someone says, "Oh, I'm gonna get every month. I'm gonna come here and give you a $5, right?" Mm-hmm. And then there's a dude comes and stands next to him and go, "Oh, you have to give me half of that."
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's just ridiculous. But the people who make his guitar, the people who make his guitar be and you have to give us money too. That's ridiculous. But basically, Twitch decided they're going to take more people from subs. Then they changed their rules for sponsorships and adverts, what they call burnt into streams. So when you click on an affiliate or a partnered stream, if you're not subscribed, you might get some adverts. Those are non-burnt-in adverts. Those are ones that Twitch puts in front of you first. And
really quickly, I would like to say that the winner was Nathan Whitbread with his World Eaters. He ate a lot of worlds.
Right.
Okay, so there you go. Anyway, go on.
Worlds would fill you up quite a lot, so
yeah,
I guess that's what they base it on. Who gets the most full?
Yeah, he was pretty full. Anyway,
So yeah, there's I'm trying to make this a good timeline and not just babbling a lot. So yeah, ads on Twitch. That's one of the ways that we make money from Twitch. We barely get any money at all. I think we've made 0.2 of a penny on ads so far, something like that. And it's the same for a lot of people. And the split for ads is worse as well. I don't quite know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's worse. So there's that. Basically, Twitch takes like half of your money at best, and everyone was mad about that. And then they started meddling with sponsorships. So that's what they call burnt-in ads. So this is not ads that appear when you click on the stream and it shows, you know, something out of so many ads. 1 out of 5 ads playing. Stream will resume soon. This is like when someone has like a gamer will have a Logitech logo in the corner of their screen, because they're sponsored by Logitech. They had some ridiculous rules on about that. Everyone got outraged on Twitter and got cross at them. Then they dialed back on that and said, okay, we're not doing that. But they basically didn't dial back on it because they said, we do reserve the right to control any ad on our platform at all, anything. So like, if you did want a sponsorship on it, even if it abided by the rules that everyone hated, even if that, Twitch would still have control of that. So it's actually even worse. What's ridiculous about this is Twitch's own events don't meet these standards. Twitch's own events, themselves can't fucking do it. Okay? So, then, not only that, if you want to back out of your agreement after these rules have been changed, £25 or $25 it's going to cost you. Which is insane. That's absolutely insane that it should cost you money to do that. Not only if you decide to back out of it, if Twitch decides to back out of it, you have to pay $25. Even if they terminate it. And it's for an admin fee. Fuck off. Fuck off, admin fee.
They actually, I wasn't joking last time when I was like comparing them to parasites and maggots. They actually are. Like,
it's just crazy.
This is Streams Badly's formal stance. If you see any Twitch staff in the streets, you beat them to death. You beat them to death. You kill them all. This
is a joke. I'm trying to remember everything that goes on in this timeline while still being poorly and tired and hot. So yeah, there's that, and then what happened? What happened then? That was about it, I think. But then, so this caused Ninja. You know Ninja.
I know Ninja.
Fortnite Ninja.
I know him.
He has left Twitch. He's like, no, I'm not doing it then. Because Ninja's... remember, he signed with the now dead streaming platform Mixer ages ago for an exclusive contract. That then Mixer shut down and he moved back to Twitch. But... Then he puts out feelers through his management to all the streaming platforms like, does anyone want to buy me for an exclusive deal? I'm a massive streamer.
Oh, shit, he's up for sale!
Yeah.
Yes.
And then,
I'll buy him.
So he gets all these deals in and then decides, you know what? I'm not going to take any of these. I'm going to just stream everywhere under no contract. So he was streaming on YouTube, Twitch... Facebook, gaming, TikTok, everything. He was just streaming everywhere. Now, Cost Twitch has then decided, no matter who you are, whether you're a partner, an affiliate, or if you're not even signed at all, you can't multi-stream. You can't do that. So that is a massive blow to mostly to smaller creators who aren't signed, because you build an audience by streaming everywhere, anywhere that someone might want to watch you. Even people who've been in our Twitch chat today, most of them came from YouTube when we were multi-streaming. We're exclusive to Twitch at the minute, but when we were multi-streaming, people I've migrated from YouTube to Twitch's website. This is on a small channel. Imagine what that'd do with a massive channel like Ninja. Are you kidding? It's insane. So it's just like, at every level it helps Twitch, and at every level it helps smaller creators. Well, at the smaller level it helps creators massively. At the bigger level, it helps as well because then you can migrate people over and you get even more money. So it's just the dumbest reason, and it shows, and this is why Ninja has moved to Kick. Loads of people have been moving over to Kick. We've been talking about Kick for a while. He's streaming to Kick and YouTube because both those platforms are like, of course you can multi-stream. Why the fuck would we not want you to allow you to do that? Like, it's insane. It's like, you can stream to everywhere, and our channel's the best. So it's nonsense. Make your channel the best place to go to. Make your platform the best place to go to for watching streams. So then, say Ninja, for example, streamed to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. All those platforms know that, so then they will go, well, which is the best platform? And they'll go to the best platform. This just, if anything, it shows Twitch knows they're not the best platform. It's cowardice, if anything.
Yeah.
So it's just absolutely terrible. We're not done. There's more. Big streamer Harris Heller. He's a big guy on YouTube as well. He's the biggest channel that I'm aware of that makes videos about streaming. Like, get tips on how to stream, streaming gear, things like that. He's got a big Twitch channel himself. It gets lots of viewers. Someone from Twitch staff went into his chat while he was streaming on Twitch. And news article, like kind of Twitter journalists that have shared this, said that this Twitch staff member was harassing him. I wouldn't say they were harassing him, but they were saying like they weren't being nice to him. You know what I mean? They were in his chat being like, "Oh, you were like wrong about your points, but not saying you're wrong."
Yeah,
but they were just kind of being ridiculous with him.
No, the way they worded it was, you have some opinions that are way off, and then later on, the guy was saying, "Oh, so you come into my stream and like tell me that I'm wrong," and they were like, "I never said you were wrong."
Yeah, they were just being like, they were being like, they had a confrontational attitude for no reason. Yeah, like, they were just butthurt, is what they were, and that's so unprofessional. And also, how can you be butthurt? You're the one doing something wrong, obviously. Like, very obviously, Twitch is in the wrong here.
Yeah.
It's insane.
This is what I'm saying. Beat them to death in the street. If we know they work for Twitch, beat them to death in the street. We can't
officially endorse that.
Bring back stoning.
So the complication for us, right, is we've got there's a couple of subscribers on Twitch. We can't multi-stream because my idea was when the subscribers had run out, I'll cancel our affiliate agreement and I'll have to pay around $5 for that because we'd not get any sub money and I'd have to pay an additional $5. Anyway, so we'd cancel the affiliate agreement and then stream to YouTube and Twitch. We'll multi-stream again. But then they introduced the multi-streaming thing. So now it just, that to me makes it obvious that Twitch, we basically just can't do it. Like, Twitch is just ridiculous. But the way we used to multi-stream wouldn't allow for multi-streaming to Kick. Because it just kind of weren't available yet. Or you could do it, but the method you had to do it, you had to pay for a premium subscription, so that was all good. But now, it does cater for it. So, we can multi-stream to YouTube and Kick for free. What's good about this as well is we don't even have to cancel our agreement with Twitch and pay the $25. We can just not stream there and stream to YouTube and Kick instead. Because we're still an affiliate. In theory, we can still do it until Twitch cancels it for us, which they won't, because let's be honest, they don't give a shit about us. So we could stream to YouTube and Kick. The only thing in my mind about that as to whether we should do it now or wait a few months until the people who are subscribed on Twitch, their subscriptions run out, is like, well, that's the only thing that I'm debating. Like, should we do it now or should we do it when the subscriptions have run out? Because the people who are subbed haven't watched since. Put it that way as well. So
yeah,
it's like I don't know what to do about it. Basically, I think it's almost in my mind, it's almost certain that we should move to YouTube and Kick, but it's kind of like when. But I also kind of put it to you as well, Judd, and also anyone who's in Twitch chat at the minute. That's ironic. Tweet at Tweets Badly as well if you want to tell us your opinion. What do you think? What sounds right to you based off all of that?
I honestly, I want to jump ship just to make a point. I know it's not much of a point because it's not like us leaving has a huge impact, but I don't want to be associated with this platform. I don't, because they're obviously like not good people. They're not a good company to be associated with. Like I don't want their stain on us. So I'm up for leaving. I'm ready for leaving as soon as you want. But I'm like, those guys ever were like, what the fuck? I just paid you for a subscription. I'm the only person who's ever paid you for a subscription.
Do you know what? I'll solve it right now. If those guys ever, tweet at us on Tweets Badly, because we'll probably not be on Twitch for them to tell us that they've got a problem. Tweet at us at Tweets Badly and they're upset about it. I'll gift them free subs on Kick. Because you get all the benefits there anyway. Like, we don't have to have, like, some sort of affiliate agreement with Kick to have all the benefits of Twitch. All the emotes that we've got, that we can just have them on Kick. We don't have to get to a certain amount of subs or anything like that. We can already get people subscribe on Kick, and no one's even looked at our page yet. I did a test stream to it the other day to see if it works. So if that's the case, if they're genuinely not happy with it, I'll gift them subs on Kick. I think I can do that. You know what? Not only that, I'll give them VIP on Kick. How about that? I'll give them VIP and OG badge status on Kick. And I think that settled it. I'll do an official announcement on Twitter, but I guess this is also official announcement. Multi-streaming, Streams Badly, live, whenever we're live, will now be YouTube and Kick.
Nice.
So anyone who's in chat now, I'm so sorry for saying you should move over to Twitch and watch everything here, because...
if you see a member of Twitch staff, you will beat them in the...
What you need to know about that, though, then, is make sure you subscribe on YouTube with the notification bell on so you get notified when we go live, and follow us over on Kick, and there might be a notification bell there too. I don't know. I don't know how that works yet. I've not figured it all out. It's all set up there, though. Streams Badly on both platforms. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll sort it out. Thanks for listening to this podcast.
But for the last time on Twitch.
So, for now, at least. We'll see what the future holds. But for now, fuck Twitch. Bye.